Hello and welcome to this Flexion themed 15-minute Pilates class as part of our 14-day challenge. We're going to start in standing with a couple of roll downs before we move down to the mat. If you'd like to come to the end of your mat, we're going to bring our hands behind our head, dropping those shoulders nice and low, growing tall through the spine. Take a breath in. On the breath out, we start rolling forwards, chin to chest, keeping the knees slightly bent as we roll down bit by bit through the spine into our roll down, keeping the knees bent if that feels nice down the legs. And then we're going to roll back up bit by bit, back up to standing tall. Taking a breath in at the top. Breath out, chin to chest. Rounding through the spine, bending the knees, tucking tailbone and lifting back up. Let's go one last time, keeping those shoulders low, taking a breath in, breath out, rolling forwards. We're going to hold it here at the bottom. We're just going to start doing a couple of sways from side to side. The hand is here behind our head with the other one to guide ourselves into a little bit more of a stretch down the spine without forcing any tension, any strain. Bring yourselves back to the middle. We're going to roll all the way down. This time our hands come down to the floor. We're going to come into a couple of cat-cow. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the waist. We're starting off tucking tailbone, scooping core muscles in towards your spine as you round forwards. And then we're going to start arching the back into our cow. Opening out wide through the chest, sinking those shoulders down, lifting up through the chin. And again, tucking tailbone, scooping core muscles up. We're going to stay in this rounded position here. We're going to start bringing our weight forwards and then pressing it back. Keep that rounded back. So you should feel a nice stretch going down your spine as you do this move here. A little bit of an unconventional way of doing our weight shifting movements here. But again, just really trying to get into this nice stretch, opening out through the spaces between each vertebra. Good. Let's go for one more. Scooping core muscles in towards your spine to help you support. And then we're going to reset back into a flat back. We're coming down onto our forearms. We're going to be practicing a little bit of glutes as well as triceps coordination. We're bringing ourselves into a nice neutral back first, so start by doing a couple of pelvic tilts. Once you get the hang of the movements, make sure you bring your head in line with your neck, your spine, and tuck your chin into your chest to keep a nice neutral spine up into the crown of your head. So we're going to start off first, core is engaged, back in neutral. We're going to reach the leg long behind. And then we're going to bring it back underneath. We're staying on that same side, reaching out long. And back. And reach. And back. Last two. Last time. Bring down. Let's go over to the other side. Reaching out long, keeping your back nice and long for now. Nice and neutral. Core is engaged. Chest is lifted away from the floor. Chin ever so slightly into your chest to keep that neutral line down your spine. Great. Let's go for two. And one. Bring the knee down. We're pressing through the hands. We're going to lift up into a straight-ish arm. We're trying not to totally lock the elbows out. We want still a micro bend with our shoulder blades down your spine. And then we're bending down. So your spine here is staying nice and neutral. Core is staying engaged to help you maintain that stability. Your forearms are staying parallel to each other at all times. Pressing through the palms of the hands to lift up and then lower down. Let's go for two. And one. Now we're going to go into our triceps bend. We're going to round through the back. And then reset back to neutral as you lower your elbows down. So as you press up, you round. And then come back down into a neutral. So we're starting to work a little bit more through the core as we scoop the core muscles in towards your spine to allow yourself to round forwards. And then down. Let's go for two. And down. Last time. and down. Give your arms a little bit of a shake out. We're resetting back. We're going to lift our left leg out behind. We're going to stay with a neutral back for now as we get used to this move before we add in our rounded back. Press through the hands. We lift up and then lower down. Your hips are squared down towards the floor, as are your shoulders. Core staying engaged. Good. Breathing out to press through the hands up. Breathing in to lower down. Again, watch out that your shoulders don't come anywhere near your earlobes. They're staying nice and low. Let's go for 2. And 1. Staying up here. We're going to tuck with the knee and then round through the back. And then restuck back long. So we're bringing that knee in as close in towards your chest or your forehead, rounding through. And then we're reaching out long, nice and neutral. Tuck and round. And then reach. And tuck. And reach, still staying strong through the arms, tuck and reach. Last time, we're going to add in our triceps press ups. So as we bring the leg out behind, we're bringing our elbows down to the floor. We're going to press through the hands, start rounding through the back as you tuck your knee in. And again, reaching out long. Setting those shoulder blades low down your spine. Pressing through, rounding through the back, flexing through your spine. Reaching out long. And tuck. Let's go for 2 more. And round. Last time. And round. Bring the knee down. Press yourself into a child's pose for a mini break here. Rounding out through the wrists. Well done, we've got the other side to do. So when you're ready, coming down onto your forearms. We're reaching the right leg out long. Bringing your hips so that they're squared down to the mat. Chest is lifted away. Core is engaged. We're pressing out through the hands and then lowering down. Reach long through the whole body here. Crown of the head all the way to the toes, staying in a nice neutral line. Press through and down. Again, remember those forearms are staying parallel to each other. Great work. Last 2. Last time. We're going to keep long here. We're rounding through the back, tucking in, and then restacking back. Your arms are staying straight. Again, try not to lock out through your elbows. Keep those joints nice and soft. Reach out long. Let's go for 3. And reach before we add in our triceps. Press ups, 2. And 1. We lower the elbows as the leg reaches out behind. Taking a breath in here. Breath out, press through the arms. We're tucking and scooping. And then breath in, reset. Nice work. Keep it nice and smooth and flowing. Triceps are definitely chatting to us here as we round and reach. Let's go for 2 more. Keep going, last time. And then bring the knee down, open the knees out wide. Bring yourself into a child's pose, roll out through the arms. So I hope that all made sense. Just that rounding through the back, getting a little bit more of a stretch, but still working quite hard through our posterior chain as well as triceps as we flex into our spine here. Well done. We're going to bring the feet to the front of the mat. And we're going to carry on flexing through the spine with our roll downs. So feet on the mat, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Reach out long through the arms, taking a breath in here. Breath out, tuck and roll. We're coming all the way down to the mat. Breath in at the bottom. Breath out, circle the arms around. Start scooping up, breathing in as you reach up. Breathe out, tuck and roll. If you do need a little bit of support, you're welcome to bring your hands behind your thighs. And then reach long. Let's go 1 more. Breathing in to reach back. Breathing out to lift up. And then we're going to place one hand on top of the elbow, the other hand underneath the elbow. Roll the shoulders back, nice and tall through the spine. Press through your feet to keep that stability. Knees are staying still. Take a breath in at the top. Breath out, tuck and roll to a halfway point. We're staying in this curved position, in this flexed position. We're lifting up and then lowering down. So we're keeping an eye on what's going on through our hips and knees. They should be staying absolutely still. The only thing that's moving here is our shoulder joint. So we're keeping that tuck going through the tailbone to maintain this rounded position, this flexed position through our spine. Core is staying scooped in and up. Breathe in to lower. Breathe out to lift. In to lower. Out to lift. We're going to keep the elbows in front of the shoulders. We're pulsing up and down, tiny little pulses. 8, 7, keep those shoulders low. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. We're rolling all the way down. Reaching the arms out long, reaching the legs long. Give your body a little bit of a wiggle here. And then we're going to bring feet onto the mat. We're going to bring our hands into a diamond shape. Thumbs up to belly button, index fingers down towards pubic bone, and starting to tilt our pelvis forwards and backwards to bring ourselves into a neutral. Once you're in your neutral, you should imagine that a marble has been tapping your thumbs and then index fingers as you've been tilting your pelvis. You're going to be bringing that marble into the middle of the diamond to make sure that you're in neutral. Engage through the core, a little bit of a space underneath your lower back. This whole central bit of your body is going to stay exactly the way you've set it in. Hands come behind your back. Take a breath in here, breath out, we lift up, gazing straight in between our knees, and then lower down. Keep your head heavy, elbows ever so slightly lifted off the mat, and lower down, breathing out to lift, into lower. Let's go for 2 more, and then last time. Great work. We're bringing one foot up into tabletop, and then we're allowing the other to join. Squeeze legs together, ankles and knees holding onto each other for dear life. Keep those shoulders low. Take a breath in here. Breath out, lift. Breath in, lower. Breath out, lift. Breath in, lower. Let's go for 3 more. Now we've made things a little bit harder on our core. We're watching our positioning even more. So keep that pelvis in that neutral. We're staying lifted through arms and head. We're going to dip and then lift. So the upper body is not it's not moving at all. Your head is heavy in your hands. We're hinging at the hips and then bringing the knees back. Good. Let's go for 3. Don't go so low if that means you're arching through your back. Last time. Lower yourself down, knees into your chest for a mini break. From here on, things are going to get harder and harder. So if that was enough for you as a level of difficulty, stay there or take a few more breaks. Otherwise, let's get going. Legs back into tabletop. Taking a breath in, squeezing the legs together. Breath out, we lift up. We're going to bring the knees into the chest a little bit more as we lift up a little bit higher into our chest lift. And then we're going to hinge at the knees, at the hips, as the knees lower, as we lower the head down. Breathing out, lift and curl yourself into a ball. Breathing in, lower shoulders and head down as you hinge with the hips. Breathing out, lift. Breathing in, lower. Breathing out, lift. In, lower. Let's go for 3. Good work. And 2. And 1. We're staying lifted here. We're going to pulse up through the upper body. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're changing the leg position up. We're going to bring right leg on top of the left. Squeezing the inner thighs together. We're bringing our hips into this hinge position, then drawing back up. Staying lifted through the upper body. If you feel you need to take a break through that part of the body, you're welcome to bring head and shoulders down. Breathing out to hinge, breathing in to come back. Let's go for 2. And 1. Swap the legs over. Left leg comes on top, squeezing the inner thighs together. Staying lifted through your upper body, keeping your elbows out wide, head pressed into your hands, hinging. And then lifting. You're not lifting so much back into your chest that your back starts rounding. So just watch out there that you're keeping on to that little space underneath the lower back. This is getting harder, so you can tell my words are all getting a little bit minced. Let's go for 2. And 1. Bring the knees back. We're going back into our pulses. This is our last move. Squeeze the legs together. We're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grabbing hold of your legs, bringing your knees into your chest. And rocking side to side. Give your body a lovely little bit of a relax and massage here as you sway into your ball position. And you're all done. Thanks so, so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed that. That was pretty hardcore, pardon the pun, but hopefully made you feel the difference between this class and the extension class, where we were focusing on keeping core engaged to maintain our spine in that flexed position. Thanks so much for joining, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.